You may not even realize it, but lately, you've been radiating a magnetic, captivating energy that's attracting a lot of attention, and your person can definitely sense it. Even from a distance, they can feel the shift in you, and it's making them sit up and take notice. They're seeing you standing tall, fully in your power, and it's impossible for them to ignore. You've changed in ways they didn't expect, and it's stirring up all kinds of emotions within them. Your style has evolved, your aura feels different now, almost like it's glowing. You're carrying yourself with a newfound elegance, and your energy feels free, unburdened by the heaviness that used to cling to you during the more challenging phases of the twin flame journey. It's as if you've stepped into a higher version of yourself, shedding the doubts and fears that once weighed you down. You've learned to embrace your own company, to find joy and strength in solitude rather than seeking constant validation from your person or from others. This transformation hasn't gone unnoticed by your person. They sense this shift in you, and it's sparking a deep, primal attraction. They can't help but be drawn to you even more intensely now. The changes in you, your confidence, your independence, your ability to enjoy your own space, have made you even more magnetic in their eyes. Whatever transformation you've undergone, you've become sexier, more empowered, and yes, a little bossy, but in the most alluring way possible. You exude a confidence that commands attention without even trying. Your person is deeply affected by this. They're dreaming about you, often waking up with vivid memories of you that leave them yearning for your presence. Even in their waking moments, they find themselves thinking of you constantly, sending you sensual energy as a way to remind you that they're still here, still thinking of you, and still wanting you. They're hoping you won't give up on them, because in their heart, they're preparing to come forward with a stable, solid offer, something real and lasting. You might even feel them trying to reach out to you telepathically. Maybe you get sudden chills, or an inexplicable warmth in your heart when you think of them. Maybe you hear a song on the radio that seems to answer a question you've been asking yourself. Signs and synchronicities are everywhere, and they're not random, they're gentle nudges from the universe, and from your person, letting you know that this connection is very much alive, even if it sometimes feels distant. Your person is more invested in you than you might realize. They're constantly checking up on you, whether it's on social media or simply through mutual connections, wanting to make sure that you're not giving your love to anyone else. They're protective of their place in your life, even if they haven't always shown it in the past. It's as if they need to reassure themselves that you're still theirs, that the bond between you is unbreakable, even when time and distance might suggest otherwise. They're also aware, on a deep, intuitive level, that you're different now. It's not just about a change in hairstyle or a new wardrobe, although that might be part of it, but rather a shift in your whole being. You're carrying yourself with a grace and confidence that speaks to all the growth you've experienced. You've let go of the old patterns that kept you stuck, and in doing so, you've become a version of yourself that's both magnetic and empowered. This transformation is inspiring to them, even if it also makes them a little nervous. They can see that you're not waiting around for them to save you, and that realization is pushing them to step up in ways they may not have been ready for before. They're realizing that if they want to be a part of your life, they need to match your energy, to come forward as someone who is worthy of the love and devotion you bring. So, as you continue to evolve and embrace the fullness of who you are, trust that your person feels this too. They're being drawn to you in ways that go beyond the physical. They're sensing the depth of your soul, the beauty of your independence, and the strength of your heart. They're preparing to come forward with an offer that reflects the growth they've experienced, mirroring the growth they've seen in you. Trust the process, stay in your power, and know that the universe is aligning everything perfectly in its own time. I ran from this connection because I caught feelings for you faster than I ever imagined possible, and honestly, I haven't felt this way about anyone in such a long time that it scared me. It all happened so quickly, like a spark that lit a fire I didn't expect to grow so intense so soon. When I shared the incredible experience I was having with my closest friends, they all reacted the same way. "Slow down," they said. "You're moving too fast. You're falling in love too quickly, and if you don't slow down, you'll get your heart broken." It was their collective warning, a cautionary tale I'd heard a million times but never really taken seriously. Normally, I don't listen to other people's opinions. I'd just smile, nod politely, and keep dancing to the beat of my own drum. But with you, their words began to echo in my mind, and for the first time in a long time, I couldn't just brush it off. Let me tell you, though, that the vibe and energy I felt with you was off the charts, like nothing I had ever experienced. It was magnetic, electric, almost otherworldly. I've never been able to relate to anyone as deeply, as instantly, and as authentically as I did with you. It was like our souls were aligned in a way that felt predestined. When I looked into your eyes, I felt like you truly saw me, not just the surface-level version of myself that I present to the world, but the real me, the raw me, the me I rarely let anyone see. It felt like you could look right into my soul and understand me in a way that no one else ever had. But with that kind of closeness came a vulnerability that I wasn't prepared for. Sometimes I felt like you saw too much within me, more than I even saw in myself, and I didn't know how to respond. I would catch myself feeling so exposed, so emotionally naked, that I didn't know where to hide. And that's when I started to pull away, almost instinctively, like a reflex to protect myself from the possibility of getting hurt. It wasn't necessarily anything you said or did, it was more about my own personal hang-ups, my triggers, my insecurities that had been quietly lurking in the background for years. I've always been good at putting up walls, at wearing a mask that keeps people at just enough of a distance to keep me safe. I've mastered the art of showing people what they want to see while keeping the messy parts of myself hidden away. But with you, it felt like those walls crumbled the moment we met, and I didn't know how to handle that. I wasn't ready for someone to see me so completely, especially not someone who made my heart race every time they smiled or touched my hand. Deep down, I think I was afraid that if you saw the parts of me that I try so hard to hide, the broken pieces, the loneliness that sometimes creeps in when I least expect it, you'd turn and walk away. I feared that you'd decide I wasn't worth the effort, that my flaws would be too much to handle, and that you'd leave me like so many others have before. That fear paralyzed me in a way I didn't know was possible. So I did what I always do when I feel threatened by the possibility of losing something important. I ran. I told myself it was better to leave before I got too attached, before I gave you the power to hurt me. But the truth is, I was already attached. I already cared about you more deeply than I've cared about anyone in a very long time, and that terrified me. Because caring that much means giving someone the power to hurt you, and I wasn't sure I could handle that. I wish I could have stayed and fought through the fear, but at the time, it felt easier to retreat than to risk it all. Looking back now, I see that I let my insecurities and fears dictate my actions, and I hate that I allowed myself to run from something that felt so real and so right. I want you to know that it wasn't about you, it was about me. It was about the way I've been conditioned to protect myself at all costs, even if it means losing something that might have changed my life for the better. I don't know what the future holds, or if you'd even be willing to give me another chance, but I needed you to know the truth about why I pulled away. It wasn't because you did anything wrong, it was because I was scared of letting you see the parts of me that I'm still trying to accept myself. I was scared of the possibility that you'd decide I wasn't enough. And maybe, deep down, I was scared that you'd see just how broken and lonely I really am on the inside. Your partner watches you closely and misses you deeply right now, in a way that feels both tender and aching. Every day, they find themselves thinking about you, unable to ignore the pull of their emotions. This longing feels raw and all-encompassing, a constant reminder of the connection that once felt so effortless and natural. They're feeling emotional, their heart heavy with the weight of missing you, and they're terrified of missing the opportunity to be with you again. They worry that time, distance, or circumstances might push you further away, and they find themselves yearning for just one more chance to feel your presence beside them. When your partner imagines what true fulfillment would feel like, they often picture having a family with you, a life built on love, trust, and shared dreams. They can see it so clearly in their mind's eye, a warm home filled with laughter, the comfort of shared responsibilities, the joy of milestones achieved together. In those private moments of imagining, they hold that vision close, hoping it might someday become their reality. It's a vision that feels both comforting and painful because, for now, it's just out of reach. It hurts them deeply to live in their own head, consumed by this longing for you. Every small reminder, a song, a scent, a shared memory, brings a pang of heartache that's hard to bear. Sometimes they wish they could turn it off, just to find some peace, but the truth is they wouldn't trade those memories for anything. They remind them of the best parts of what you shared, the sweetness that still lingers in their mind like a delicate fragrance. Even though it hurts, that pain is a testament to how much you mean to them. Right now, you might be unavailable to them, whether physically, emotionally, or because of life's complicated circumstances, and that's something they struggle with every single day. The craving they feel for your presence is almost too much to bear at times. They ache to hear your voice, to see your smile, to feel your energy wrap around them like a comforting blanket. It's a craving that sits heavy in their chest, a constant reminder of the love they still hold for you. This relationship, though, is not something that can be rushed or forced. It will take time to come together in a way that is authentic and lasting. Your partner knows this, even if it's hard to accept in the quiet moments when their heart aches for you the most. They are learning, slowly and sometimes painfully, how to stabilize their energy and hold space for you, to become the kind of partner who can truly show up for you without being overwhelmed by their own emotions. This process isn't easy, but it's necessary if you're both to have a chance at building something real and lasting together. Your partner misses being in your presence more than words can express. They think about all the small, tender moments that made your connection feel so magical, the way your laughter filled a room, the way your touch felt like home, the way your eyes sparkled when you were happy. They love your soft voice, the way it soothes them and makes them feel safe. That voice has a power that reaches into their heart and reminds them of everything that's good and gentle about you. It's a sound they crave, especially in the moments when they feel most alone. Your partner is completely captivated by your sensual personality, the way you carry yourself with a grace that's both magnetic and comforting. They can't stop thinking about just how much you embody everything they've ever wanted. It's not just about physical attraction, though that's certainly part of it, but about the way you make them feel, seen, understood, and deeply desired. You are, in so many ways, exactly their type, not just in appearance but in the energy you bring into their life. Every time they think about you, it's like a light turns on inside them, reminding them of the depth of their desire for you. They know that rebuilding this relationship, or perhaps building it anew, will require patience, courage, and a willingness to face their own insecurities. They're willing to do that work, to become the kind of partner who can hold space for your needs and your dreams as well as their own. Even though they're still learning how to do that, they're determined to grow into it, step by step, because the idea of losing you forever is too painful to bear. In this time of longing and growth, your partner hopes you'll see the sincerity in their heart and understand just how deeply they care for you. They hope that, in time, the space between you can be bridged, and that together, you might create a love that's even stronger than before, one that's built not just on passion but on mutual understanding, respect, and a deep, abiding trust. Until then, they'll continue to hold you close in their heart, cherishing every memory and every hope for the future, waiting for the day when they can be with you again.